is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. Here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button because I do talk a lot of Bears on the channel. You don't want to miss out. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And guys, make sure you have my post notifications turned on because I do upload daily. All right, so with that being said, let's get into today's video. All right, so you guys see the title. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing is grading every single positional group on the Chicago Bears, okay? So essentially now that we have the draft over, free agencies over, the roster's pretty much set, right? We're not going to add anyone notable. So we kind of have an idea of what the roster is going to look like heading into this upcoming season. So I'm going to take a look at every single positional group, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, etc., and give a grade on how I think the Bears are in that department, okay? So with that being said, let's get started here. I've got my whiteboard, which I will give my grade on. And then I've got the depth chart in front of me that I'm looking at. So we'll start with, of course, the quarterback position. Okay, so our quarterback room consists of three guys in Andy Dalton, Justin Fields, and Nick Foles. Okay, so what would I grade this quarterback room? And you know what? Look, Justin Fields is the big unknown. If he is who we think he is going to be, this is an A, right? Because he would be a franchise quarterback, a superstar quarterback. But because we don't know yet, until he takes the field, we won't know. And there's a chance we might not see him this year. Just for this upcoming season, it's very hard to, kind of give a proper grade. So I'm going to be a little harsh here just because we don't know yet. But there is a potential for this to be an A. I'm going to say right now the quarterback room is a C+. All right, I'm going to say C+ because, look, Andy Dalton's an average quarterback. Maybe he's a little bit... No, he's an average quarterback. He's not above average. He's average as they come. Nick Foles is, very sporadic, below average. And then Justin Fields, again, he's got that superstar potential, but we don't know yet. Could I make this a B-? Sure, but B- to me means you have a guy like a Derek Carr. We don't have that. We have Andy Dalton, who's worse. So I'm going to say a C+ for the quarterback room. Okay, so let's move on to the running backs. And our running back room consists of four guys now, with David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen's coming back, Damian Williams, and Khalil Herbert, the rookie running back we drafted. All right, David Montgomery had a great season last year. He's a solid, steady running back, okay? I wouldn't say he's elite, but he's very solid and he's steady. All right, Tariq Cohen is obviously great at what he does. He's a space back, great at pass catching, so I like that. Damian Williams was an underrated addition to this team. He can do both, catch the football and obviously run with it. And then Khalil Herbert, he could be special. So, you know what? I like this running back room. I think it is solid. I'm going to give this running back room a B. All right? I think it's very solid. I think it's above average. I think there's guys that can do multiple things. This has the potential to be an A, but to me, remember, if it's an A, that means you have an elite player at the position. We don't have an elite player, but we have very solid guys, all right? Let's move on to the wide receiver room, okay? And we've got a lot of guys here. We've got A-Rob, all right? Our stud wide receiver, Allen Robinson. Behind him, you've got, obviously, Darnell Mooney, who was a sensational player as a rookie. You signed Marquise Goodwin. You drafted Daz Newsome. You signed... who am I missing? Jameer Byrd. Anthony Miller's still there, though he could get cut. Riley Ridley, maybe Juwan Williams. But for the most part, folks, like the first four guys that I mentioned are really going to be the ones who are going to get the playing time here. So got to only grade those guys. And I got to be honest with you, this wide receiver room has a lot of speed, a lot of explosiveness. I like it. A-. You have a stud in Allen Robinson. You've got a couple burners in Mooney, Goodwin. You've got a rookie that has some flashing potential in Daz Newsome, hopefully. So I think it's an A-. I think it's a solid group. All right, and then let's go to tight end. All right, so our tight end room right now has four guys, though I don't know if all four will make the roster. We've got Jimmy Graham. We've got, obviously, Cole Kmet, J.P. Holtz, and Jesper Horsted. So taking a look at that group of tight ends, Jimmy Graham is obviously not elite, though he is leading the red zone. I will give him that. Cole Kmet is coming on. He had an okay season as a rookie. Nothing greater than the guys behind him are fillers, right? J.P. Holtz and Jesper Horsted. So I'm going to say, as far as the tight end room, I'm going to say the tight end room is a B minus. All right, B minus. I think that's fair because look, I think you have Cole Kmet who's ascending. He can be a very solid tight end, and then Jimmy Graham is good in certain areas. So it's not like you have nobody out there at the tight end position. So I think it's fairly solid. And there's a reason the Bears didn't draft the tight end, because we have that position, I think, at a solid spot. All right, let's move on to the offensive line, which got revamped a lot. Now, last year, if you asked me to grade the offensive line, I would have given you an F or a D minus at best. All right, it was that bad. But a lot of different things happen. Charles Leno is gone now. We obviously drafted rookies in Tevin Jenkins and then Larry Borum. So you've got Cody Whitehair there. You've got Alex Barzafidi. You've got James Daniels. So you've got a couple very solid players. Sam Usford played really well last year as a center. So as far as the offensive line, they improved a lot. So if you were a D minus last year, you got a first round rated offensive lineman and another offensive lineman in the 5th round. That really upgrades your position. You're getting guys back from injury like a James Daniels. So to me, I think that's a big upgrade. I'm going to say this offensive line is at a B right now. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. A B for the offensive line. I think they are now from below average to above average. If these guys play how I think they will. I think Tevin Jenkins is going to be an absolute beast. If these guys do what I think they will do, it's a B. All right, so that's what I give the offensive line. All right, let's finish it out with the defense. So we start with the D-line. Obviously, we've got our stud in the middle, Akeem Hicks. Eddie Goldman's coming back. People forget about that. We've got Bilal Nichols. You've got Mario Edwards, the guy you drafted this year in the 7th round, Karius Tonga, Angelo Blackson. So there's no, pretending or hiding or anything. That this is an A. Our D-line is incredible, all right? Especially when you're getting Eddie Goldman back. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be a problem for teams, all right? So, D-line gets an A. Let's move on to the linebacking crew, all right? We've got Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan, Robert Quinn. I mean, my goodness. And then behind him, Jeremiah Atachua, Josh Woods, Joel Iggy, Christian Jones. Yeah. This is an A+. A+. I know Robert Quinn didn't perform as well as what we paid him to, but I'm sorry, folks. Roquan Smith's a stud. Khalil Mack's a superstar. What more do you need me to say? All right, let's move on to the cornerbacks. All right, so we've got Jalen Johnson. We obviously cut Kyle Fuller, so he is gone. Big hit to the room. We signed Desmond Trufant. And then behind them, we've got Artie Burns. We've got guys like Duke Shelley. So to me, it's pretty weak. All right, it definitely went down from last year. I'm going to give the cornerback room a C-. Because if you lose Jalen Johnson to injury, you literally have nobody. Desmond Trufant is way past his prime. And these other guys are just inexperienced and they're just not as good. All right, so to me, I'm going to say a C- to the cornerback room. If Jalen Johnson turns out to be a stud and he had a very good rookie season, this could go to potentially a C, B-, but that's where I'm at right now. And then finally, the safety room, we've got our stud safety, Eddie Jackson, Tayshaun Gibson, across from him, who's also very solid. So I'm going to say the safety room is at an A-. All right, I really like it a lot, so I'm going to give an A- to the safety room. All right, let's finish it off with special teams, and I'm going to give 3 separate grades together. So we got kicker, Cairo Santos. I know what grade I'm giving him. And then we've got, obviously, our punter in Pat O'Donnell, okay? And then we've got our, if you want to do kick return, punt return, I guess that's fine. You can do that. So I'm going to give a grade for that as well. So here we go. Kicker, Cairo Santos is phenomenal. He had a great year last year. He gets an A. All right. Punter, Pat O'Donnell's as solid as they come. I'm going to give him a B. And then kick return game, punt return game, we're probably going to have Daz Newsome, maybe Khalil Herbert returning them. So I think they're going to be solid, and I like it a lot. So there you have it, folks. Those are my grades for the special teams. All right, so there we have it. All grades for every single positional group for the Chicago Bears for the upcoming 2021 NFL season. And here we go. Summarize it here for you guys in case you need a reminder. So overall, folks, I'm going to give the Bears as a team a B. This could be higher, but think about it. Look, we've got A's across the board. The only two positions of weaknesses for the Bears right now, again, we don't know how Justin Fields is going to be, is quarterback and cornerback. All right? So everything else, either we're good, solid, or I should say either we're really good or we're solid. All right? So I like that a lot for the Bears, and it shows you how close they are to being a championship contender. But again, harping back to the point of quarterback, if you're weak at the most important position in football, none of this other stuff matters as much. All right, so we got to pray that Justin Fields turns out to be a franchise quarterback, because if he does and this turns into an A, then the Bears are a Super Bowl contender, because that's just how good the roster is. It's just unfortunate that if it's Andy Dalton starting this year, yeah, it is what it is, though. But let me know what you guys think. And by the way, shout out to my guy Super Hippo on Twitter. He is the one who gave me the idea for the video, so thank you so much to him. And guys, send me more ideas for videos. I'll go ahead and make them for you guys, and I'll also give you guys credit. So thank you as well. Make sure to subscribe as always. Thanks for watching.